Good morning. I'm sorry, y'all. Just once in a while, it's just like random giggles, and anyways, don't know why. I don't know why. Okay, so, but I did want to share something that was coming to me. So, okay, I'm trying to so when I think about like growing up and stuff, like my parents, and they still are like this way, like always, like we're really good about making sure that, we had what we needed. And I'm sure that, I don't know if they experienced a lot of scarcity. Their North and South Node were like Taurus, Scorpio, and I know those are about like gaining like materials, like attaining material wealth or something like that. I don't know, but it just they have that like King and Queen of Pentacles energy, and I feel like maybe not a lot of, but like for sure Teddy's dad. And then I realized is that way too, and I realized that I also like that energy, and I like it, like, gosh, okay, I was trying not to make this ridiculous. Okay, so I always had this part of me that knew that like I wanted to like learn how to be independent and learn how to do things on my own, and not like wanted to challenge myself and these different things. And I remember when I was so crazy about fitness, I remember there was even a time where I would like channel my anger and stuff like that sometimes. And I was like, I'm emotionally, like, I'm really weak. And I don't remember. It was just this weird thing that like came to me. And then, I always feel like I enjoy like going to, like, my mom we would do things sometimes, like take us shopping and these different things. And I remember, and like, it was fun and I liked it. But, there was this other part of me that was like, I was cool with just like kind of camping and doing things that way. And like my, ex lived in a trailer at the school that we went to, and we lived in a trailer for me and Teddy and his dad for a year or so. And so it was like living, and I've always just been about, I love nature and like being able to be outside and stuff. And so but so this is where I was trying to get with it, is that there were a lot of things that other people did for me, so that there were certain like survival type of skills and things like financial skills, and that I never learned. Like, I specifically remember that with my ex, is it was like he handled all the money. And I did work part-time after becoming a mom, but I never jumped into like full-time work. And there was a lot of that he liked being in control of. And so it was like stuff that we didn't talk about. And I remember that coming to my mind, because like I said, I always had this drive to like be independent still. But I remember that, and that came to me once, and I was like, this is kind of dangerous, because I'm not learning these things that, I think it was when our relationship was on the rocks or something like that. Because I was like, I'm going to have to figure out how to do these things that I don't know how to do. And then of course, as that not knowing like career and these different kinds of skills when you're already a parent, like, I mean, I've had, I don't know, it's interesting because I've had many, many jobs. And then now understanding too, that this journey, it's like, if you're meant to do something and you have this higher purpose, it's like all these other things are going to have to continue to like crumble, and it's not going to fit for you essentially until you're like on your purpose. But this is very drawn out. But my point in this is that this past year has been probably the most fear I've ever experienced, and feelings of danger and just feelings of like lack and scarcity, because anyway, the details don't matter, but what I will say too is that like all of the skills, all of the like learning how to help my nervous system have been the thing above everything else that has helped me through all of it. Because what you're realizing is that it's still going to be you and the universe at the end of the day. It's still going to be, you may or you just don't know who you're going to have and when, and who's going to be an actual support too. So having your little rituals, and it can be, because I was just listening to another girl and she really is like, go be in nature, it's paradise. And I'm like, I fully, like, I feel the exact same way. And depending on what your circumstances are, or like the season that you're in, sometimes it's hard, but it's like, there's things that happen that you experience when you're in nature, just sitting on the grass, getting your root chakra on the ground and breathing, that things happen that are grounding. And so it's like all these little things that help to kind of reprogram us and help us to feel safe in our bodies again. Because that's what it always comes back to me, is it's like, although it's hard sometimes, waking up and seeing the same thing every day, going through saying this similar thing every day, or seeing the same walls or whatever, it's like, it's more that, like, that happiness is within us, that peace, that joy, those good feelings are all, and those higher vibrations are all inside of us. So it's like, whenever and anything that I do where I can get out of my head and I can feel safe again, it's like I'm able to navigate whatever is going on. I definitely I wouldn't recommend following, like, doing things the way that I did. I mean, definitely would recommend like learning the skills that you need to be independent and stuff like that. Like, it's funny because it's like, I wouldn't, what's the word? I wouldn't say you should have done, like, anyway, but the point about that is just like, sometimes when you're unconscious, there is a lot of things you're unaware of. And even after that, it's like, we still live in this world that's this other energy is trying to dupe you and trick you and pull you into these things and stuff. So, and I've got to get back to him, but I wanted to share that because there's all of this kind of like learning how to just be resilient and work with your own energy, and realizing that you are the creator, you are powerful, you are all the things that you think that you aren't. Like, you are already all the things that you think that you aren't. And another thing is that once you're back in that place of just feeling safe and content, it's like the things will come to you and you'll be able to like navigate it with clarity. And I don't know what it's like for other people, because there are people that on this planet that are like meant to be business people and like meant to do all these other things. So it's like, I don't even know if they would be interested in what I have to say, because my journey has been so different and has been such a simple, like, Quaker-like almost. Like, that's how my life feels in the last, like, I don't know how many years. But for me, I've been fine. I mean, there have been moments of it being a struggle. And of course, there's still things I would love to experience and all this. And that's not something I'm going to like give up on. But I guess my point is that God will, once you do, because also, I'm going to end it here because I've been talking a long time. I didn't even know about Reiki or breath work. I was following my passion and but it came to me. I'm telling you guys, like, it is crazy. It's crazy to think about it, like, in this moment, even of like, the dance came to me, I'm telling you, because it was something that I did when I was very, very little, but I completely walked away from that and like those passions and became completely addicted and focused on fitness and being self-centered and really my image too in that way. And then of course becoming a mom, then it was like, that was a big part of my life. But I'll never forget that day, that it was like, it felt, there was this weird nostalgic feeling that came over me. And I think because I started to follow like what I felt like I was supposed to do, and figuring out money. And I was like, I have to get our own place. And like, but I was completely out of alignment. And so it's like all these things had to happen to like start to put me back in alignment. And I remember that day, it was like, I just felt like we went to the gym and I felt like I needed to put on music and dance. And then from there, it just slowly like became a bigger part of me. And it's not even something that I'm making money from. And it's something that I've dealt with a lot of flack about too, because it's controversial, but for me, it's been healing. So it's like, that's my point. And then, like I said, the Reiki, that guy, it was like a magnetite. I feel like I put something out to the universe or something. Like I spoke it. Like I was like, I'm looking for, I don't know what it was, because I don't remember that moment, but it was like, but it just came to me. It was just this door that opened, and I felt completely safe about it. It was like, what did they say? Like a full body yes. It was like, there was no question that, like, anyway. And we spoke back, we had a few conversations before I even like worked with him and stuff, but it was like, no one else guided me to do that. But that's how you know too, that it's like, it's all within you, because it's all inside you. It's all inside your heart, or whatever part of you want to say, because, I do fully believe there's a higher plan for everyone, and it's up to you to start to open up to that path. I don't know. I just like, for me, it was like trusting in the universe is like the easy part. It's like, there's a lot of other things that feel hard until you feel safe again with them. And I do think it's still a process, because the unknown is always going to trip us up a little bit, because it's not something that you've experienced yet. And it's like your body, there is a need for protection, and that's your ego and whatever other parts of you. That's like, that's their job, is to protect you. But we're still meant to feel safe, and we're still meant to be able to be happy and okay, like with whatever circumstances that you find yourself in, even if you don't have all the things that you need. Because I think, okay, I know this has gotten way longer than I meant for it to be, but it was like, there was stuff like that I've never experienced before in this past year, and that were so intense and scary. And it was like, only for me to realize that it's like, all of it was to bring me, like, all of that fear was to bring me back to the now and be like, okay, we're fine. We're okay. I'm okay. I feel safe. I trust. And kind of rebuilding that trust within myself, and to rebuild kind of my self-esteem, and to become more resilient and more aware of things and people around me, and we're realizing that I need boundaries. And like that too, there's a letting go of being the people pleaser, and realizing like, you don't owe anyone your attention. You don't owe anyone. And if you're needing to conserve your energy, that the other people out there aren't aware of that. So it's like, it's only on you to keep other people out. And then you can direct your energy the way that you want to. Okay, I'm gonna stop there. Love you guys.